Go for it.
Anyway, I just thought I'd point all the text to this new utility I heard about. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to personally try it out, but it's getting good raves and reviews over to TechNibble forums. I hadn't seen anything in the Podnutz forums about it yet. I kind of was holding off for tonight's show to tell all the Podnutz people about it. So
it looks cool. Looks like a low bloat tool written by. Is this guy a technician who wrote it?
Yes.
That's awesome. I think it's going to be.
You just download the zip file. When you extract it, extracts it to a folder. You open up the folder. There's an executable. You start up, and it goes out and grabs any updates for the software. And that's as far as I got because I didn't have, like I said, I didn't have anything to fix with it. But
right.
It looks very nice.
Very cool, man. Good find. Leave it up to TechNibble. Good guys.
Yeah, I browse the TechNibble forums along with the Podnutz forums. I find more useful information off the Podnutz forums, but but like every once in a while you catch something over there, a good tip or something.
Good.
Seems to be a lot more general banter goes on
in TechNibble.
Yeah.
Haven't hung out there in a while. I got to admit.
Yeah. I just kind of briefly, if I don't find something useful, when I all my forums I pull up, I always go to most of them have a show new post, so I'll hit that. And when I go to the TechNibble site, if I don't find something in that first page it's worth reading, I just usually go on to something else. Because usually the second and third pages are people driveling about other things that's not productive in my view, but that's my personal opinion.
Okay. All right.
That's about all I had for tonight on my personal business site, personal business stuff. On my 8 to 5 job, we're getting ready to come up on the summer break. Got a lot of big projects in the pipeline for the school during the summer. We're installing 27 more projector systems. Teachers and administrators are all getting new laptops and desktops, depending on what role they want, which one they want. So we're going to be all these new ones, of course, are going to have Windows 7. These will be the first Windows 7 machines in our building, so it's going to be an experience of getting that setting up.
I see. 27 projector systems?
Yeah.
Wow. Good luck with that, man.
Yeah, I think since the last time I was on the show, I think it was right before we did our campus-wide wireless project. Got that installed over the Christmas break. That's working out real well. It's real nice. We installed, I think we actually got 84 or 85 wireless radios between the two buildings installed, so you can walk anywhere around in each building and not lose a connection.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice system.
So do you listen to the Tightwad Tech? It seems like it should be right up your alley.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, back to that small business customer I had. I think I mentioned him at the school I work at. I use the fog imaging server.
Okay.
And since all these workstations for this small business customer were going to be the same, pretty much identical, I set myself up a fog server here at home. So I got the first system all configured the way I wanted it and made an image of it, and then I was able to just hook up the other remaining 8 systems and blast the same image to them, and so they were all identical. Didn't have to go through each one, and do each one separately. So if you guys are doing multiple systems like that, where doing a business where you're getting more than one workstation, and they got to be pretty much the same configuration, maybe just a few minor changes between them. But I was able, like I say, set up the first one, make an image of it, and then I was able to do 4 at a time. I got I just got a 4-port KVM switch. I was able to set up 4 systems and blast an image to those 4 at one time. So then swap them out, do the other 4, and took a total of about 3 hours to image 8 machines. So
Nice. That's
So
pretty
that's
awesome.
one use of and that fog. I think it's called fogproject.org
Okay.
is the name of the site where you can get this, and it's kind of a geeky project. It runs off of Linux, but it's very neat. It's a very nice system. It works out real well for us at my school. So
Very cool. Fog. Check it out, guys.
it really doesn't. I mean, for the tech, it just does one system at a time. Doing different systems, it doesn't. It's not really that beneficial for doing a customer's images. I just use Clonezilla. It's another freeware distro that you can download and burn to a CD, and then you just boot off this CD, and you can image the hard drive to either an external drive or another machine on your network, however you want to do it. So that's what I do on, just the one, where you're just doing one system at a time.
Right.
The fog server kind of works best on doing multiple machines that are the same.
Cool.
Because you can do more than one machine at a time. If I had the capabilities here at home, I could actually have done all 8 machines at one time.
Sure.
But my small setup, because at school I can do a whole lab of 30 plus machines at one time.
Right.
So it's called multicasting. It'll just blast that image to however machines you got set up to receive it. So
Awesome, man. Sounds like a good tool. Useful, especially in your situation there.
well, yeah, like I said, at home I didn't find a use for it till this small business project came up. So.
Right. All right. Should we do emails, Kevin?
Sure.
All right. Ivan says, Dear Steve, congratulations on your 300th episode. Been listening to your shows for 3 years. They are the best in their class. Joe mentioned some good stuff. Oh, Joe Aguiar, I think he's talking about. I can't remember what episode it was. Joe mentioned some good stuff like OpenKM. One I've been using for a while is from Turnkey called Group Office. It can be installed on Linux or VM. It's highly recommended. Regards, Ivan, who is Geek Nutty on the forum from Sydney, Australia. Check it out, guys. It's OpenCam. From Turnkey, it's called Group Office. It can be installed on Linux or VM. Highly recommended from Ivan. Check it out. Thanks for the input, Ivan.
I haven't heard of that product.
Yeah, me neither. This one's from Ian. He said, I got this link from a guy in a VW forum. VW? Volkswagen comes to mind. What am I missing? What am I missing here? All right. Do you know what that means?
VMware, or is that?
Don't know. Okay, good. As long as you don't know, I don't feel like I'm totally out of the loop. Got this from a guy in a VW forum. I had ordered restore CDs for a newer Acer laptop. It was a 64-bit Windows Home Premium. For some reason, the third and final install CD was not finishing the install and would give error message saying it was corrupt. I got the typical runaround by tech support, so I attempted to install a retail version of the OS and it worked fine. But the key didn't match, so I was stuck. I went to this link, downloaded the ISO, burned it on a DVD, installed it, and was able to activate it using the Acer key. Best of all, no Acer bloatware. So if you lost your restore CDs, don't sweat it. You can activate these with your OEM key. The site's techpp.com/2009/ techpp.com. Let's check this site out. Technically personal. And the link is download Windows 7 ISO, official direct download links. And these, I don't know how official these are. These are on like Amazon servers and Digital River servers. I don't know, dude. I guess you could do it. Anyway, you can check it out there at techpp.com. Download Windows 7 ISOs. Cool. Very good. From Ian. I'm just waiting for my cat to kick a wire out of place or something. Okay, we got an email here, or a voicemail from Door. Let's see what he has to say.
Hello, Steve, Door Geek. When I got customers on the phone that are trying to persuade me on how them to do something like remove a virus, I tell them no holds barred. I can't tell you how to do it because a virus is not a virus is not a virus, an infection is not an infection. They're all different. They all need different manners of removal. And it took years and years of testing and trying to come up with a flow for each different type of infection. And you not being a tech, not accurately accurately describe what kind of infection it is because you do not have the tools. This is a multi-hour process that really you should leave to the expert. Thank you, and please come again.
Thanks, Dor. Good advice. Anything to add on that one, Kevin?
No. Dor said it all.
Yeah.
He's the man.
All right. Now, we got another one from Dor, too. I think it's from Dor. Yeah, here it is.
Hello, Steve Door Geek. I want to thank Brian for coming on and sharing his mistakes, because it's just as important to know what not to do as it is to know what to do. Quickie, I do call up people and say, yeah, your computer should be done by 4 o'clock. Because if it ain't done, no big deal. Log me in, it's installed and configured, and I tell them, okay, I didn't get a chance to get it all the way completed. I need you to take the computer home, turn it on, and don't touch it. When it's completed, I'll let you know. I honestly think they feel better because at least it's in their possession, and you know what I mean? There's like a warm, fuzzy feeling. They can see the computer's there, and then they can see the mouse going all around, and a lot of customers think that's entertaining without you to hear that. Either way, I definitely want to thank Brian for coming on. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.
Now, this one, I think I have to differ with Dor a little bit. Did you hear what he said, Kevin?
Yeah, but I'm quite... I guess I missed what he was... I'm having a hard time understanding what he was talking about.
Oh, that's okay. He was basically saying, we talked about... well, first of all, Brian's episode, the episode Brian was on recently, a lot of people have been saying that they really could relate to that. So good job, Brian, for bringing the goods on that one. Dor said, what I didn't agree about was what Dor said, tell people, like, there is this, I think this idea in the computer repair world that you don't call up your customer and tell them their computer's going to be done at a blah time unless it's done, because something will always go wrong. They'll show up and their computer will not be done. Dor's saying,
so true.
Yeah, I think so too. Dor's saying it's okay if that happens, because he's saying they can take their computer, even if it's not done, take it home, and then Dor will remote in. I don't think that's a good idea, because if you tell a customer something, then you should come through with it. You should get it done. So if you say it's going to be done by 4 and they come in and it's not done, and you say I didn't have a chance to get it done, I don't think that's a good business move. You know, call them when it's done, tell them to come pick it up, done deal. No remoting in. I don't care how cute they think it is when the mouse goes flitting around the screen. But if this works for Dor, then Dor can do this. I'll wait for his retort on that. What do you think about that, Kevin?
I know what he's talking about when anytime you tell a customer their computer's going to be done at a certain time, it never fails. It's never done. So
never fails.
I just always tell them I'll call when it's done.
Yeah, that's what I say too. All right, Steve, first of all, keep up the good work. Oh, this is from Steve as well. First of all, keep up the good work. I love the shows. They not only keep me entertained, but informed as well. I was just listening to Podnutz Daily 307. I wanted to clarify a couple things that you and Brian were discussing. Small detail, but just so you and your listeners know, every network device has a MAC address, not just wireless. The MAC, along with the IP address, identifies the host in every data packet. Okay, it's good to know. Second, and more serious detail, is what Brian mentioned about MAC address filtering. Not only is it a bad idea for the reasons Brian mentioned, number one, it is easily spoofed, and number two, you need to enter every new device's MAC address into the access point. But the most serious flaw is that with MAC address filtering alone, or with no WPA2 or any encryption, your network traffic is sent in clear from across the air. Your network is sent in clear form across the air, meaning all your data can be sniffed by anyone within a 100-meter footprint of your web access point. This is why WPA2, or at least WPA, is so important. I'm sure you know, but web can be cracked in about 4.5 seconds by a 5-year-old using a computer so old that it has a crank on it. Anyway, I hope I didn't bore you or drive you pod nuts, very funny, with any grammatical or typing errors. I left out one period just for your enjoyment. Keep up the great work. Yet another Steve. That's from Steve T. Steve T, I'm still trying to see where the period is that you left out. He knows how I love when people leave out periods. Anyway, great email. Thanks a lot for the information. I feel informed now as well. So we inform you, you inform us.
I'll have to agree on that. I didn't agree with his using the MAC filtering. It's not a very secure way to lock down your wireless network.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know about it, but I figured if there was a problem with it, you guys would let me know. And you did.
Yeah, and the one, like I think some of the emailer mentioned, and I caught that in Brian's statement, was that a MAC address is any network device has a MAC address. It don't matter what it is, whether it's a printer that's got network capabilities, anything that connects to a network has a MAC address, and that is a unique number. There are no two devices that have that MAC address.
Okay. Each
manufacturer, I think, gets their own, from what I understand, when they're manufacturing these devices, they get a pool of numbers from, I think it's the IEEE organization that establishes all the networking standards. So these MAC addresses, like I said, these MAC addresses are unique to each device.
Now we know. Thank you. Andrew writes, "Hey Steve, listening to your latest Podnutz show, I couldn't help but hear the idea of reselling laptops. I have had an idea for years and wanted your opinion and other technicians as well. My idea is to take old laptops and put Linux OSs on them for users who just use laptops for Facebook and internet. This way, when they get a virus, all you need to do is reinstall the OS and you're done. No fuss, no mess. Thanks again for your great shows. Andrew G, a.k.a. TechQuest. P.S. Just so you know, I already put this in the forums. I wanted to hear your opinion, plus the other texts that come on the show. Thanks again." Well,
one thing, if you do put Linux on it, you won't get a virus.
That's what I was going to say. Definitely.
You might, but it's very high. It's like 99, like I don't know about to get Doors prediction, but I say it's like 90, I'll say 98.9% impossible to get a virus on Linux, but it is possible.
Yeah. No, I've done it for somebody. As far as building old laptop or getting old laptops, selling them with Linux on it, as long as the customer knows what he's getting, I don't see a problem with it. But if he tries to install Word on the thing, you're in trouble. So you just got to make sure he knows what's going on with it. What do you think about that, Kevin?
I agree totally. I'm a big Linux. I'm like Door. I run Linux here at my house on about everything except for my kids' computers. They have to have Windows, but I am a strong open source advocate. If I tell a customer about Linux and the benefits of it, and if they're kind of on the fence of it, I've got a spare laptop that has Ubuntu on it, and I let them borrow that for a week or so and see if they think they might be interested in trying it. So that's one way that if, as a technician, if you have a loaner or an old laptop that you can loan to someone and you want to save them $100 for a Windows disk on a new system or an upgrade, that's something, a service you can offer.
Yeah, it is. Good one. Well, good luck with it, Andrew. See how you do. Let us know how you do. Hello. This is the last one. It's a long one. We have more emails and voicemails. I'm going to save them for next week because this is a long one. It's from Mike. "Hello, Steve. I wanted to share my experience with an HP M8300F that I had a multiple array of problems. The customer brought the machine in saying the machine blue screen, so I blew the dust bunnies out of the machine and proceeded to boot up the machine. Upon boot, the machine would freeze up and either at the HP logo screen, repair Windows screen, or not even turning on the monitor at all. At this point, I figured that the RAM was the issue and proceeded to check each individual stick, and I found a 512 stick bad. In this machine, there were two 1 gig sticks and two 512 gig sticks installed in this computer in dual channel mode. I ended up pulling the two 512 sticks. I ordered a new pair of 1 gig sticks from Newegg. From there, I was able to repair the installation and check for viruses in safe mode with Malwarebytes and Hitman Pro. I found nothing. Customer comes in and gets his computer. A day later, he brings the computer back, saying it blue screened again. I booted it up, and sure enough, he had blue screen. So I backed up all of his data and proceeded to do a complete reinstall of Windows Vista. I installed all the upgrades, programs, and the computer was running fine till the next day when it blue screened again. Keep in mind, this computer is running 2 hard drives at 320 gigs a shot. His original backups were stored on the second drive, so I ended up slaving the main hard drive up to my laptop via USB to a SATA connector, and bingo, Microsoft Security Essentials found a worm that was on that drive immediately. I did the same check for the second drive, and also the same worm was kicked up by Microsoft Security Essentials. Keep in mind, I already checked these drives in safe mode with Malwarebytes and Hitman Pro. So I used Malwarebytes from my work laptop to scan the drives, and it found nothing. I double-checked it with Microsoft Security Essentials and found 2 more Trojans on that secondary drive. So after doing the virus cleanups, I reconnected the drives back to the HP computer and completely reformatted both drives and reinstalled the operating system again. Reinstalled the operating system again. I think he means OS. He said OE, but he meant OS, I think. I let the machine sit for 2 days and it ran fine. Then I proceeded to put the two original 1 gig sticks of memory back in, since I was only using the new sticks I ordered. Since I was only then I proceeded to put the 2 original 1 gig sticks of memory back in, since I only was using the new sticks I ordered from Newegg. New problem. A day and a half went by. I went to check on the computer. It won't wake up. So I have to hard boot the computer to get the machine to boot up. From there on, the computer would do the same thing, sometimes a half a day later, most times over a day later. While the computer was running, though, it showed no signs of any hardware problems. My solution to this problem was the 2 old 1 gig sticks of memory. Without the machine ran fine for days. I also tested the old sticks by themselves, and they boot the machine up properly. Also, I checked the sticks with MemTest 86, and they tested out good. I tested them both ways by themselves and in dual channel mode and got good checks by Mem 86 both ways. Any idea what's going on here with the memory? By the way, the customer's happy. Maybe it's the memory ports, Mike. Might be the memory slots that are bad. He says, I also would like to add to this story that I did replace the power supply. I don't believe it was causing any issues, but when it was tested, it was sending out high PGs to the motherboard. It did have, I don't know PGs are. It did have a wimpy 300 watt power supply, and I replaced it with a Thermaltake 430 watt power supply. I love that power supply, by the way. So if it's not the power supply and having hardware problems, gosh, it seems to happen when you put the memory in. Maybe the memory's not compatible, or the memory slots are bad. I don't know. Did you get it? Did you get any of that, Kevin? Any ideas?
Yeah, kind of. I'm guessing either it's got the wrong speed of memory, or it's actually a motherboard problem.
Yeah, looks that way.
He said he tested the memory in the system, though.
That's what he said. I mean, I followed it most of the way as well. He ran MemTest 86. All the memory tested out good, I think he said, but only when he put in the 2 old sticks of RAM, it was not working that well when he booted it up or something. I don't know.
So what was the symptoms with the new memory?
When he put the old memory in, oh gosh, I just unclicked it. I don't know where that email went. Let me see.
Oh well.
Anyway, well, I think Michael, it's the memory stick. Damn, I don't know where your email went. Sorry. It's either the memory stick or the memory slot. So Kevin thinks so.
So there you're talking either the memories are bad or the motherboard.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
But he said he tested the RAM, and the RAM tested fine. That's what's got me confused.
Yeah, the memory tested fine, so I guess it's the motherboard, right?
Well, was the test done in that motherboard?
I think so.
I mean, if the RAM slots were bad, it surely would throw up an error in the memory test, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I would think. I could be safe and say I don't know what the hell's wrong with this machine.
Yeah, it sounds like hair. I'd lose some more hair than what I already lost.
Yeah, Michael, put that. I think it was Michael. Put that in the forums. See what they say in there.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. That'd be a good topic for the forums.
Yeah, I always say the forums are much smarter than I am, but we gave it a shot. All right, that's going to be it for emails for today. Got a bunch more we're going to read next week, so just hang tight. If you want to send us an email, send it at mail@podnutz.com. If you want to send us a voicemail, call 707-6-PODNUT on a phone and leave a voicemail. Kevin, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for coming on.
Well, I'd like to give a call out to all the technicians out there, and especially Blaine. Blaine's been on the forums for a long time, and I like to hear Blaine get on the show. So
I would too.
This is a challenge to Blaine. Blaine, come on the show. I've been on 3 times. You can at least come on once.
I'm not asking Blaine, because this is Kevin demanding, and he put it in the form of a challenge. I don't know if that, brings out any,
He's always got some good wisdom on the forum, so
yeah,
he can surely get on the show and
people. Hey, I agree with you, Kevin. People have their reasons. I'm not gonna I'm not going to forcefully ask anyone. I would love everybody if they wanted to come on the show. But you can. No, you can. You can. I can't. But you can. No, it's any way you do contribute, Blaine. We love it. All right. Anything else you want to say, Kev, before we end off?
Nope, that's about it. Thanks for having me, and I'll probably be back in another 6 months or so after this summer's work at school. Maybe give you a rundown on what happened with all the work we're doing this summer. And
sounds good. Well, have fun with that.
I love the summers. Kids are out of the building and get some stuff done.
The kids are out of the building. Yeah, I don't love the summers because kids are all over the street. All right.
Well, that's true.
Thanks everybody else for watching, listening, streaming, and that's going to be it for Podnutz Daily for today. We'll see you next time.